Back here on the Cotuit Kettleers video network for game 2 of 2 on this Father's Day doubleheader. Cotuit won game 1 over Brewster by a score of 4-3. Matt Rigby and Will Greer with you for what should be an abbreviated pregame show here on the Cotuit Kettleers video network, because the Kettleers have already taken the field, led by their horse from last year and probably the top prospect on the entire roster, Justin Hooper, the tall lefty from UCLA, who can run it up at 97 miles an hour from the left side. With more on the pitching matchup, here is Will Greer.
Matt, more information on Hooper here. I have to unmute my mic here as we head to game number 2. Justin Hooper, again, just finished up his sophomore season at UCLA. Last summer with Cotuit, an 0-2 record, a 3.19 ERA in 8 games. He made 5 starts, 15 walks, and 25 1/3 innings pitched. Walks are the bugaboo of sorts for Hooper in his sophomore season, 26 of them in 46 1/3 innings pitched. But that's really the number to watch. He's working on that control. It has certainly gotten better from his freshman to his sophomore seasons, and hopefully for Cotuit this summer, he does have command of all pitches. For the Brewster Whitecaps, the Monmouth Hawk, Joe Molitaire, will start out of Sellersville, Pennsylvania. Just finished up his sophomore season with Monmouth, a 3.74 ERA, 19 appearances, just 4 starts, 56 hits allowed in 55 1/3 innings pitched. That's kind of a red flag number. 55 strikeouts, though, in those 55 1/3 innings for Molitaire out on the mound. That certainly is the good. Thomas Dillard throws down to a K.O. Thomas at second. We're just about ready to get underway as Connor Smith makes his way to the right side against the southpaw Hooper. And here to take you through innings 1 and 2 here in game number 2, Matt Rigby.
All right, Will, thank you very much. As you mentioned, Connor Smith leads things off for the Whitecaps. Smith moves up in the batting order 1 spot from game 1. He was the number 2 hole hitter in game 1. And he went 2 for 5 with a pair of singles and a run scored. First pitch from Justin Hooper, 89-mile-an-hour fastball that dents the outside corner for strike 1. And we're underway. Smith, the Western Michigan Bronco, from the right side, playing shortstop once again in game 2 as the wind starts to pick up here just after first pitch at Lowell Park. The 0-1, nice breaking ball from Hooper, 73 miles an hour, and it's 0-2. Defense behind Justin Hooper, Kinnaman, Genista, Conine left to right in the outfield. Cresto and Cone are the left side of the infield. Thomas and Big Ross the right side. The 0-2 spoiled foul by Connor Smith, and the count will remain the same.
And Matt, the lineup here quickly didn't get to it for Brewster. Smith, Dunn, Gasper, 1, 2, 3, Curry, Walker, Costas, 4, 5, and 6, and then Datres, Swaggerty, and Coons rounding out the starting 9 for Brewster, I should say. A lot of righties in the starting 9 in game number 2 against Hooper.
Smith awaits the 0-2. Here it comes. It's a fastball low and in from Hooper. And Smith lays off. It's 1-2. We've been promised as high as 97 from Justin Hooper early on, and I don't know if this is perhaps a Lowell Park radar gun malfunction because it looks faster than it's registering. Early on, registering only about 87 or 92. The 1-2, looping breaking ball. Smith waits on it but pops it up along the infield. Dillard sheds the mask, but Hooper calls all the way and makes the catch in foul territory for out number 1.
Yeah, the fastball, if the Lowell Park radar gun is correct, not with as much velocity as we expected. But, Matt, that breaking ball just looks absolutely nasty from Hooper. All the way up here from our vantage point behind the backstop. You can see it spinning into the zone, and it does not look fun to hit against, that's for sure.
Again, Hooper, a highly, highly touted pitching prospect, making his return to the Cape to pitch for the Kettleers for a second summer. Nick Dunn, the batter, standing in now from the left side, and Hooper steps off. Dunn in game 1 went 1 for 4 with a single. Flew out to left, grounded out to third, and lined out to second. First pitch to Dunn. Fastball that misses low and away. Breaking ball that misses low and away. And it's 1-0. First time we've seen Thomas Dillard as the back end of the battery in 2017. Dillard came to Ole Miss as a highly recruited catcher. As the 0-1 to Dunn, swung on and lifted into straightaway right. Conine has it measured. Dances around a little bit and then makes the catch, 2 away. Anyway, Dillard didn't catch that much this year at Ole Miss, however. Did a lot of designated hitting for the Rebs. Still found his way into the lineup more often than not. A good chance this summer for Dillard to get some reps in behind the plate. That'll bring up Mickey Gasper. Gasper had a big game one if you're just tuning in. Again, these are 7-inning doubleheaders, so theoretically, the 7th inning is your last chance, and Brewster was down to their last chance as the first pitch to Gasper is low, 1-0. Kettleers entered the 7th inning with a 3-2 lead, thanks to a bottom of the 6th inning home run from Griffin Conine. But Mickey Gasper answered right back with one of his own to take the early Cape League lead into the clubhouse. Lead in home runs, that is. 1-0 pitch runs way inside, and I think that bounced off of the foot of the home plate umpire, Rick DeVecchio, and DeVecchio is going to have to skip out from behind his post and take a little bit of a reprieve. Said it the last time we were at Lowell Park, Will Greer. It's a war zone behind home plate here. Saw Mike Griffin have to leave the opener on Thursday night here at Lowell Park because he was the unfortunate recipient of not one but 2 foul balls. We had to go with a 2-man umpiring crew the rest of that game. Rick DeVecchio didn't take a foul ball here, just took the pitch altogether off of the left toe. And when you throw as hard as Justin Hooper does, it's got to be pretty painful. DeVecchio back now, though, in the 2-0. Lifted to straightaway left center, fading fast, and that'll fall for a base hit. Nice swing put on by Mickey Gasper. He continues to perhaps prove that he belongs up on Cape Cod, as he has another hit on this day. Make it 3 hits now for Gasper. He's reached base 4 straight times going back to game 1. And the Whitecaps have a 2-out base runner. I was reading about Gasper last night, Will. There was a series against Mount St. Mary's earlier this year. Doubleheader that they often play in the Northeast Conference. A joint doubleheader, or a back-to-back doubleheader. So 4 games in 2 days. And in that 4-game series, Mickey Gasper reached base 15 times and had a string in which he reached base 13 straight plate appearances. First pitch to Michael Curry standing in now. It's a ball that misses low and in, 1-0.
So what you're telling me is Mickey Gasper saw the Cape League schedule this summer and said, thank goodness that they brought back doubleheaders.
It's exactly what he said.
Word for word, I would imagine.
Throw over, and Gasper is just back in time. Nice move there from Justin Hooper. Big Ross applied the tag, but Pat Sparky Burns, who's at first base for game 2, said that Gasper was safe. Again, Michael Curry, the batter now, the sophomore from Georgia. Catcher and a designated hitter in Athens this season. The 1-0 pitch, that misses away, 2-0. In fact, Michael Curry was first team All-SEC as a designated hitter. We were talking in game 1 about just how prestigious it is to be named first, second, or even third team All-SEC, given how great that baseball conference is. Michael Curry certainly proved his mettle this year for UGA. That was a UGA team that really struggled too and didn't have a lot to stretch out the lineup and protect Curry. Makes it all the more impressive. 2-0 pitch coming instead of throw over, and this time Gasper's back in with less of a gasp.
SEC baseball, kind of like SEC football, in that if you're not as good as everyone else, it shows very painfully. I mean, you rack up losses mighty quick in SEC baseball if you're not up to par with the rest of the competition.
2-0 pitch, lifted towards the right side. Foul, yes it is, fading fast and out of play. So now it's 2-1 to Michael Curry. Curry's an interesting kid. He actually, in a way, started his college career 2 years early. His hometown, at least on the UGA website, says Gainesville, Georgia. Says he went to Gainesville High School. But he was raised in Murphy, North Carolina. Went to his first 2 years of high school in Murphy, North Carolina. As the 2-1 is fouled off by Curry, 2-2. But Curry wanted a better chance to get some looks at playing college baseball. Knew that the high school there in Murphy probably wouldn't give him that chance. So his parents had to sign him away legally. A host family had to legally adopt him in order for Curry to move to Gainesville, Georgia, and enroll at Gainesville High. And he really called it his first 2 years of college, even though he was only playing his last 2 years of high school ball. The 2-2 pitch swung on a nub, and that's a foul ball.
That has to just help astronomically. We all know how tough the first couple of years away from home can be to get all that mental stuff out of the way early if you're Michael Curry. Be able to start your freshman season in Athens and be totally adjusted to life away from home. I mean, that had to have only helped him going forward in his college career. And Murphy, North Carolina, from my first Google search here, looks like it's very rural North Carolina in the western part of the state. So not too many scouts, I would imagine, making their way to beautiful Murphy, North Carolina.
2-2. Good breaking ball, but just outside, and the count runs full.
It's literally a little circle inside the Nantahala National Forest. I mean, encompassed by woods from all sides.
Backwoods, North Carolina, man. Gotta love it. Curry says his fondest memory growing up listening to Merle Haggard with his father. 3-2, smoke towards third, backing up on it, Cresto, and he boots it, so everyone's going to be safe. Boy, Cresto had a tailor-made ground ball there with a slow runner moving down the line at first, and he just took his eyes off of it, so everybody is safe. Cotuit committed one error in Game 1. They entered Game 1 with the fewest errors committed in the league so far. Kettleers, through their first 2 games, had committed no errors. And now, through the doubleheader today, they've committed their first 2. It's been the other team kicking it around for the most part against the Kettleers, allowing the Kettleers to score, really. Standing in now, Steele Walker from the left side, and he takes a first pitch breaking ball low and away.
And that really the first bad error we've seen so far this season. If you'll remember, the first error of the season was that Noah Davis ground ball play where he hesitated, and we both remarked you don't see mental errors like that called too often. What do we know, though?
Tough lefty-lefty matchup here for Walker. 1-0 pitch is a fastball that runs inside at the belt, and it's 1-1. Walker reached base his first 3 times that he came to the plate in Game 1. Pair of walks and an RBI single before he lined out to straightaway center in the 7th inning of Game 1. That was with the game tied. Did not score any of those 3 times on base. The 2-0, that tails outside, 3 balls and no strikes. Now this is the Justin Hooper that unfortunately we have all come to know and love. 26 walks in 46 1/3 innings pitched for Hooper in 2017. 3-0 pitch, fastball right down the middle all the way, taking all the way rather, was Walker, and it's 3-1. 2016, not much better. 13 walks in 8 innings on the mound in 2016 for Justin Hooper. Last summer with Cotuit, 15 walks in 8 appearances. 3-1 pitch smoked to the left center field gap. Outfielders giving chase, and moving over to his left to make a great running catch is Brett Kinnaman. So Justin Hooper gives up allowed out number 3, but works his way around a single and an error. Brewster leaves a pair and do not score in the top of the first. We'll move to the home half of the first with the Kettleers coming to the plate for the first time on the Cotuit Kettleers Video Network.